Hey everyone, welcome to Loveworks. I am Stella. If you would like to check your timestamp, use the arrows below underneath the More tab and it will show you the chapters for your sign. Comments are disabled for now. Long story, super annoying. Don't want to go into it. Okay. All right. So let's get started. Let's go with Aries and see what's up. Okay. So tell me about Aries, please. What does Aries need to know at this time? Aries, please. Aries. Okay. Aw. Okay, good. Right on. Okay. All right. High Priestess underneath the deck. So I like that energy. I feel like you guys are listening to your intuition at this time. The reason I said awe in the beginning is because, the recent past here with the Fool card started off really nice, but then followed by the Five of Pentacles. It's like feeling free, but then, oh no, maybe I can't do that, or maybe I don't have the money to take that trip or to, do something. So I do feel like there's this energy here of like wanting a fresh, clean start, but in the recent past, but then being let down. Maybe there's, something that got in the way. Could be financial or just, heavy stuff going on. You have current energy though now of yay. All right. So I do feel like it's a setback, but now like you're back on target here with the Empress and the Three of Cups. So some of you are feeling more like getting out more or socializing more. Some of you may be dating, something along those lines. You may be putting an end to an online profile of some sort. All right. So I do see that. That could definitely be because you have found someone or you're interested in someone if it's romantic. If it's not romantic, though, it's a good energy of like getting your spirits back and all that kind of thing. You do have the Five of Cups here, but I feel like it's not your energy. I feel like this is definitely someone who possibly had a chance of having a clean slate with you in the past, but it's like now, there's something here that you have possibly ended, and then this is oftentimes a card of like just sadness or depression or guilt or regrets or something along those lines. So that's what I see going on there. But I feel like your energy is in self-care at this time with that Empress card, and the Three of Cups is a good card of getting out, socializing, having fun, something like that. All right, so let's see. What do we have for Aries, please, with my handwritten cards? Okay. Oh, wow. You got like 4. Okay. Wow. Yeah, you do. Okay. So we have if not now, when? Okay. These are messages for you. You also have stop pretending that you aren't amazing. I love that, Aries. Stop pretending that you're not amazing. Because you are. Ooh, look at that. You got the opportunity card. So, and yeah, I feel like there's something here that will bring that like fresh start back around in a way, not with like this situation, like with a love situation, but like a fresh start of your life in some way, whether it's work or love or whatever it is, or just being you, being amazing, like the card says. You also have universal love, number 9. And some of the keywords on here are, well, all of the keywords I have on here are perfection, eccentric, problem solving, philanthropy, soul purpose, service to humanity, spiritual, creative, sensitive, and it also says learn to say no. All right, so that is what I have for you, Aries. Okay, let's go to Taurus. Okay. All right. Taurus, please. What is the message for our Taurus friends? Woo, all right. Let's get a wrangle on that here. Okay. All right, Taurus. Let's see what the message is for you, Taurus. All What card is bent in here? Something's bent. Oh, interesting. All right. What do we have for Taurus, please? Okay, Taurus, let's see what's up. Okay. I feel like you may have somebody kind of surprise you here. Yeah, something new. All right. Well, yeah, definitely something new. Interesting. Okay. For some of you, I feel like you've received messages in the recent past or have thought about sending some messages out to someone in the recent past. Could be either or. There's also this like sort of masculine energy here that's sort of trying to look at things from a different perspective, but having a difficult time. So I don't think it's necessarily about you per se. It could be. I don't feel like it is though. I think it's more like they may be going through, it's masculine energy. Like they may be going through like a period of their life where they are more worried about like work or money or, you know, something like that. So it may appear like you may not know that. You may think, well, why aren't they talking with me? Or why aren't they spending more time with me? Or why aren't they communicating with me or something? But it's not about you. It's I mean, that they are upset about, you know, they're more like dealing with work or career or something along those lines. The thing is, though, it's like, I feel like this person is just too slow for you or not putting enough effort forward for you. So it's like, I feel like that's something that possibly like you do know, but aren't really wanting to face or see about this person. And the thing is, I feel like there's something new because this is a different king. You got two kings in your reading, Taurus. All right. Don't take all the kings now. And there's this King of Cups that is showing up in your near future energy. So with an Ace of Wands and an Ace of Cups. All right. So, and the Magician at the bottom of the deck, like manifesting new beginnings for yourself, things like that. So I do feel like anything going on behind the scenes, if it's love related, anything going on behind the scenes where it just kind of feels like pulling teeth, you know, to get someone to communicate with you, or, you know, that it's not like, I know it's hard to say, don't take it personal, but it feels like it's more about other things in their life going on. And unfortunately, though, you're getting the brunt of that and not the full attention of this person. So I feel like it's very slow and not unfolding in the way that you would want. But I do feel like there is a new energy that is on the horizon. If it's work and career for you, it's kind of the same story. All right. It's not people then. It's like your job, right? If your job feels like it's just kind of slow, not going anywhere, maybe you put out a bunch of resumes, something like that. It's like what you don't see is that there is something very good coming from that. All right. Some kind of new, fresh offer. Okay. Oh, let me get your cards here. Okay, what message do we have for Taurus with the handmade cards? Okay, we have someone you know. Hug them. They could use it, and so could you. That is your message for today. All right. Someone that you know. Hug them. They can use it, so can you. All right. Okay, so that is Taurus. We are on to Gemini. All right, Geminis, let's see what's up. Oh, there we go. Okay. I feel like you guys are maybe putting out some fires. I don't know, maybe there's been a little drama, but you're staying calm, staying good. Let's see what's going on with that. Okay. What is going on for Geminis, please? What is their message? Yeah, I keep seeing the Strength card like over and over again. So it could be a Leo or just not, you may just be needing to exhibit like inner strength at this time from a situation, not getting involved, in fights or dramas with others, something like that. Let's see. Tell me, what is the message for Gemini, though? What message do they need now? Oh, yeah. Oh, done. Wow. Okay. Now what? Okay. Take care of thyself. Beautiful. All right. So you have a lot of like healing energy around you at this time. Okay. So in the recent past, it does look like something has, like someone's walked away from something or something has ended here. This is a surefire pairing of cards of like some kind of ending. So if that's not resonating with you, you may want to check like your moon or rising, something like that at this time, because this is like no doubt about it, some kind of significant ending here. Okay, and the thing is with Justice here, this is a card of karmas and like I get a finality of a karma, like a walking away from something, and that was the karma, and now things are going to change in a different direction here with Justice. You have the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands eventually is kind of going into this Empress energy in a good way. So it's like, it may not feel like it in the near future, because there could definitely be this energy of, okay, now what? What do I do? What, I'm not sure what's next, that sort of thing. Well, you have some really great cards here with the Empress energy. So the Empress energy, especially the graduation, the hierarchy of things, you've got the Queen of Wands and then ending up as the Empress, right? So in tarot terms, that's like a graduation in a way upward. So through the upward ranks. So I do feel like even though it could be scary kind of energy of now what do I do? Do I have enough money for this? Do I have enough money for that? How am I going to make money? How is this? Something like that. It's like you have this Empress energy that is, there's a lot of like earth energy protection, type of energy around you at this time. So I do feel like you will have some sort of like clear revelation here of your aha moment. So that's showing up in your near future. So, I mean, it could, this is kind of near future energy too, but this is like your ultimate outcome from said, current energy. So it might not all look like roses and rainbows like immediately, because again, like these cards are really sort of like deer in the headlights moments, right? Of like, okay, now what? And like don't just freeze, it's like really really listen to your intuition and do what's best for you. And there's a lot of like energy of nurturing around you and like protection, I feel. So I do think that there's going to be a breakthrough here of your aha moment coming within the month, I would say. All right. So let's go ahead and get your handmade card here to see if there's any additional message for Gemini. Geminis, please. Nope. Okay. Oh, that's funny. That was at the bottom of the deck when I pulled out all these cards. That's funny. Okay, so bridge. Something or someone will be brought together. All right, so like bringing like a bridge to like a situation, right? Something will connect for you. It's not like an ex coming back, I don't feel like it's like that type of energy. I feel like it's, like a meeting of minds in a positive way or something along those, like just bridging a gap of some sort. All right. And I don't want to take that away. Like if you're like, oh my God, I hope it's my ex, or, I'm not taking that away from you. I mean, it could be for some of you, but I do feel like there's something here that karmically ended like for a reason here. And I do feel like this is something that is building your self-care, self-nurturance in a way. So something is going to, be brought together. All right. Like a meeting of like on the bridge, metaphorically. Okay. So that's what we have for Gemini. We are on to Cancers. Okay. All right, Cancers. Let's see what is going on for the Cancers. Okay. Cancers, please. Okay. Whoops. All right. Cancer's message, please. All right, let's see. Oh, okay. Oh. Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, well, all right. So you got some pretty good cards here showing up here after the Lover's card, which is your outcome. Wow. Yeah, you got some like karma kind of cards here, but I don't, not in a bad, like in a good way, I feel. Yeah. There's a lot of clarity on something that you are wishing for, like very soon. Okay, so not right now, but very soon is what I'm seeing. Some of you may have like two interests here with a King of Pentacles and a Knight of Wands showing up in the recent past. Either that or it's just like this description of energy of, you know, there could be some like sort of ambition towards something, okay? Work, career, possibly even, you know, with the King of Pentacles here. But it's, I could speculate 50 million things because it's a general reading and they're court cards. So, you know, I don't know who they are to you personally. So I'm just going to kind of leave it as the archetype of like, there's some kind of action, you know, going on here in the recent past. In the current energy, though, okay, so you have the Four of Cups and you have the Seven of Swords. I feel like there's a reaction of, like, not necessarily what you're expecting. So then it's sort of like, well, then can I trust this? So I feel like you're in this energy, in other words, where, like, let's say it's love. All right. I'm not convinced it's love. It could be a job for you or something like that. But it's like it has this vibe of like someone who like doesn't really appear to be putting a lot into something. They're sort of like, yeah, you know, like kind of not really being super clear with you, maybe a little vague, something like that. And so then I feel like this is causing you to like, well, should I tiptoe out of this situation or what? You know, it's like, I don't know if I trust this person or this situation, because again, it might be, you know, a situation for you rather than a person. But there's just this element of not enough clarity, I feel, in a situation. Also, too, it does feel like someone is like unsure whether or not they can trust, all right, or be vulnerable with, or, you know, something along those lines. So in the near future, though, I do see this. I'm going to clarify this, actually, because Knight of Swords can, sometimes it just means something's coming in quick, all right? And it can be good, all right, because you have good cards, but the Knight of Swords can also be somebody's sort of, yeah, a little like ticked off or sabotagey, something like that. Let me see. Tell me about the Knight of Swords here. You do have Gemini energy in this reading with the Lover's card. Okay, so let's see. What is this Knight of Swords? Is this something coming in quickly for Cancers? Eight of Swords. Yeah, okay. Don't be afraid to like stand up for yourself in a positive way, as long as it's in a healthy way and a positive way. It's like, don't let yourself get like wrangled into anything here. Let's see. Tell me about this Knight of Swords. Yeah, you're protected anyway. All right. Yeah, you're fine. Okay. So whatever it is, I feel like it's something that is, I mean, it could be a person. If so, I would say distrust. All right. Seven of Swords, Knight of Swords. That would be full of like, someone with necessarily not the best intentions, or someone who is trying to skirt around something and, you know, coming at you a little bit here. With the Six of Wands, though, I feel like, you know, as long as you keep your confidence up and keep moving forward, all right, it's like you are protected. You are protected here. All right. So whatever the situation is, it's like the high vibrational choice for you is to know that you are protected, to be patient with things, with yourself, that sort of deal. You know, if it is a relationship that you're just not sure about, or they, you know, they are sort of vague with you, and you know, and it leads you to sort of distrust the situation, well, trust that. All right, that's what I would say. It might be something that just is a lot of work, and it karmically, you know, could be teaching lessons, and that could lean into years, or you know, something like that. So it's with the Lovers card here. This is showing ultimately the outcome energy of. Whenever I see that card, it's to me saying, hey, it is time to really make a high discerning choice, all right? Because it's like one choice can lead to positive things, you know, and one choice can lead to fear of taking that chance, or fear of taking that risk, or fear of this or fear of that, or, well, this is comfortable, I'll just stay in this, you know, those types of things, which that's going to be like devil card energy and drag on, right? So it's like we want to make a really high vibrational choice here. I do feel, yeah, there's absolutely like a new opportunity that is coming toward you, and it is like, if it's romantic, it's a good one. If it's job related, it's a good one. You know, it's King of Cups, it's coming in with sincerity, and it's the Ace of Pentacles, which is a solid start and new beginning. Okay. Let's get your handmade card here, Cancers. Okay. So what message is for Cancers at this time, please? Nope. Okay, so you got 2 here. So you have, find an opportunity today at least 3 times to tell yourself, I can do it. All right, at least 3 times today. Or if you're watching this at night, then set that up for your next day tomorrow, right? And make a promise to yourself to find any examples of something where it's like, no, I can do it. All right. And it doesn't have to be big things like, you know, taking on that, you know, huge fear that you've had for years. You know, it can just be little things. You're like, oh, you know, I don't have time to fill out that form right now. I'll do that next week. No, I can do it. You know, that kind of stuff, right? Okay. And then the other one you have is, it's like a self-love thing. Okay. So go to the mirror and tell yourself, I love you. Go ahead. I'll wait. Okay, so actually go do that. Okay, and then, so after that, I have, now, did you feel it? Like, really feel it. Otherwise, saying I love you to anyone else is robotic. Especially if we can't even feel it for ourselves. So my idea behind this card, I'll hold it up in case you want to read that for yourself. Okay, so you can snapshot it. The idea behind this is to, you know, if you can't go to the mirror, and I mean, anybody can go to the mirror and say, I love you. You know, anybody can do that, right? We can say those words. But if you can't actually feel it and feel that it's like you're telling yourself truly, like, I love you, right? Then how, you know, how can we possibly feel that for, you know, others, right? If it's really not even within ourselves. So otherwise, you know, just saying, oh, love you, babe, you know, as they're leaving out the door, you know, the stupid stuff like that. It's like, it's just robotic. You know, there's no actual, that's not love. You know, it's not love to just say, I love you. You know, that's just not. It's love when, like, we genuinely care about the nurturing and well-being of human beings, right? Okay, so let's see. Let's go to Leo. All right. Okay, Leo, let's see what we got for you. Leo. Oh, no, that's Lido. Okay. Leos, please. What do we have for Leo? Leo. All right. Looking at current energy into near future energy. What is the message for our Leo friends? Okay. Okay. Looks like someone could be taking action toward you soon. Oh, yeah. Hello. There could be some like dating or something like that soon. Or somebody's like coming toward you. Could even be someone from like a little bit of a distance coming to see you. We have Virgo energy here and Gemini, if that means anything to you. In the recent past, yeah, it does look like there's someone here possibly, or something, you know, like if it's not love, then it's just like something. All right, just put it in terms of that. But I'll read it in terms of most likely, like it feels like it's romantic in nature. Doesn't have to be though. It could be about travel also for some of you. But there's like this kind of energy in the recent past here of like wanting to take, you know, wanting to step out on like a limb in some way, some kind of new opportunity. All right. So in the current energy, I don't feel like too much is going on, you know, right now. It's like pretty, you know, like nothing super exciting, you know, or anything like that. There could be a Gemini that you're talking with the Lover's card here, or you're just sort of trying to make decisions in general about like your life, your finances, you know, something like that. Grounded decisions, you know, so nothing too terribly like exciting, I feel like in the social department at this time. However, in the current energy near future, right, it is showing like the Hermit is highlighting, hey, somebody's coming toward you. This person could be a little bit younger than you, if it is romance, by the way. You know, again, it doesn't have to be romance. I mean, this could be, you know, you could be like a mom, this is your kid coming to visit, you know, something like that too. But it's like, it's, for many of you, I would probably assume it's like romantic. I do feel like this is this person's choice. Like they are like wanting to do this. So I do feel like someone is choosing to like make arrangements to come see you or to come pick you up or to ask you out or, you know, whatever it may be. So things may not feel like that's super exciting right now, but it does look like in the near future here, and it's probably right here in Virgo season, it's like things are going to, you know, start, choices are made to start moving forward or someone to pursue you is what I'm seeing here. Okay, so let's get your handmade card. Let's see what's going on. If it's not like about love, like I said, it could absolutely be something about someone coming to see you, traveling, something like that, or just a choice coming toward you that is going to help your stability in some way. All right. Okay, so let's see. What do we have for Leos, please? What is their message? Leos. Okay, radical acceptance. Oh, interesting. What's that one too? Okay, number 4. So 4 might be in something for you as well. Okay, so you have the card radical acceptance is not giving up weakly. Like as like weak, you know, in that way. So in other words, what I meant by that card when I wrote it was like accepting where things are, all right, doesn't mean like you're giving up. So in other words, like if there's an area of your life that you're not particularly thrilled with, okay, then it's like radically accept that. You know, it doesn't mean like you're just saying, oh, well, you know, I guess it is the way it is. You know, it's not a weak thing. It's actually a strength thing, because it's like when we're radically accepting of something, then we can kind of step away from it and not be so attached to it, like emotionally, right? And we can kind of figure out then like where we really and truly are. You also have what is your love language, which is really interesting here, because I do see, and I was going to mention it, but I didn't, you know, I do see a different dynamic here between you, if it is romance, with you and this other person. So it's like figuring out what your love language is a good thing also to like radically accept, because I see here like a feminine who's about like stability. So your love language then might be like stability, showing like this, you know, nurturing, grounded energy of the Queen of Pentacles. Whereas this person's love language may be about like excitement and, hey, let's go do this, let's go do that. Who cares if it costs this much money? Let's go, you know? So whoever this is, like, you know, and it might be vice versa too. It could be either way, you know, with a general reading. But it's like two people here that definitely speak different love languages. So it's good to kind of know what your love language is and not to keep, you know, covet that as like the only way you can be. It's good to explore other types of love languages too. In other words, some people express love with like adventurous things. Some people express love with like silly gifts. Some people express love with like really expensive gifts, you know? So it's like learning different things about how people like show their love language toward you and how you do towards them is a good thing. It just kind of helps open up our eyes to even more. Okay, so we're on to Virgo now. All right, Virgos. Let's see what is up, Virgo. All right, Virgos, let's see what your message is. Okay, one more. Nope. One more after that, I heard. Okay, gotcha. All right. I'll do one more. Oh my gosh, Fool card. All right. Ooh, new. Well, kind of. All right. Almost. Okay. All right. Moving on. Okay. All right. Where's that going? Okay, the sun, eventually. Okay, got it. All right. So you have Scorpio, you have Aquarius, you have Virgo in your Virgo reading. So it could be another Virgo, but those are the signs here because you have 4 major arcana. Actually, you have the Fool card as well. So recent past. Okay. So it looks like some of you, maybe you have a little extra money. You're thinking about taking a trip or a little bit of a journey or something along those lines. So I do feel like there's like just sort of this kind of excitement energy or embarking upon something maybe that will bring in a little bit more money or something like that going on in the recent past. Or sometimes it can be a date too, like somebody's taking you out to dinner or, you know, something like that in the recent past. You have this current energy here of the Ace of Wands and the Ten of Wands. So this is a clear indication of really, really setting some sort of goal. Because the Ten of Wands is you know, I always say if this person, you know, the way they're hunched over, leaned over, you know, staring at the ground, one foot in front of the other, every day is the same, you know, kind of thing. You know, there's all these like things though that they're carrying. And it's like, I always say, you know, if they would just put down, you know, those wands and pick up one, you know, one fiery motivational thing, one passion or one person, you know, whatever it may be, you know, that you're really fired up and motivated about and make that your goal. Well, then you could ease, you know, you wouldn't be carrying around all these different passions and things and you could let them go. And then you'd be able to stand up straight. This person would be able to stand up straight, grab that Ace of Wands, which is new fiery motivation and beginning, and see where they're going. With all this stuff in front of you, you can't even see where you're going, right? So it's like, it's really, and I will note that as I'm looking at this on the board, the way I'm seeing it is the Hermit, which is your card, Virgo, is shining the lamp of wisdom, right, on these two cards. So I'm looking at it like this, right? So this is the way I'm seeing it on the board. The Hermit like shining the light here going, hey, look at this, look at these cards, right? That's where the wisdom is. So I do feel like that's where your healing is and that's where you can move forward. You can leave something behind and move forward, all right? So I do feel like new is your friend. It doesn't necessarily have to be brand new relationship or brand new this or brand new that, you know, maybe, you know, it can for some of you, but it's definitely a brand new way of looking at things. All right. Like putting away like 50 million things so that you can't even see where you're going anymore. Like this person, how can they even see like 2 feet in front of them with all of their like passions, right? That they're carrying with them or their burdens that they're carrying with them. It's like, so put those down, pick one, then you can see, you can straighten up your back, see where you're going, you know, and start heading that way. That's the healing. That is how you have the death rebirth, right? Of like that Plutonian Scorpio energy here. Okay. So let's see, let's get your handmade card here. Okay. Virgos, please. What is the message for Virgo? Yep, okay. All right. I'm going to take that one too. Okay. All right. Beautiful. So at the bottom of the deck, you have learning who you are is the best gift ever. So stop trying to find out and just be you. All right, because it's like sometimes we spend a lot of time like trying to find out who we are. We take quizzes or we take these types of things, right? And it's like, that's cool. That stuff's fun and all that. But this is saying like, stop trying to find that answer of who you are from all these other resources and just be you, be who you are. All right. Okay. But the cards we pulled here, let's see, we've got the frequency number 721, and which is manifesting abundance. So the keywords on here are faith plus positivity. Attitude is everything. Ask angels for strength and faith. So that is the card that you got there. Okay. Let's see. You also have my faith sustains me, wisdom leads me, and love surrounds me. All right. Beautiful. I think that's from Florence Scovel Shen. I feel like that's who that is. Okay. All right. So let's see. That was Virgo. We're on to Libra. We are. Okay. Okay, Libras. Let's see what we have for you. Libra. Libra friends, what is the message for you? Libra. I feel like some of you are watching Leo also for some reason, or cross-watching. I don't know, something like that. Okay, let's see. What do we have for... What do we have for Libra? What is Libra's message here? Okay. Okay. I feel like there's somebody, but you're just kind of not sure. All right. It's like, yeah. Okay. Some of you may be taking like a trip soon too, like a short trip. Could make you very happy. Or maybe it's like buying a new car, something like that, or, a different car, something along those lines. But I do feel like there's something that is like happier for you. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, recent past, there could have been some talk about like meeting someone halfway, or I don't know, taking a trip or something along those lines. I feel like there's a trip planned. That's what I'm getting. Like maybe in the future. Like right now, it's like it may not be there because it's sort of like I don't know. Maybe the money's not there, or maybe the timing isn't there, or something like that. But I do feel like there's going to be like talk of making some sort of probably significant trip like in the future. All right. That's what I'm getting. Like not right away. It could be like a little ways out, maybe like up to 4 months or more, depending. But I do feel like for some of you, and it's very specific, but I feel like that will be in the works at some point. Okay. But right now, I honestly, your read is just sort of like, not much going on here. I don't think anything super exciting is going on. Let me see if I can get a little bit more information on this, because I'm not really I'm not getting any hits really on it either. So let's see. I just feel like there's some energy here that you're just sort of like, I don't know, kind of thing. Like nothing really clamoring for your attention or calling out to you or anything like that right now. All right. So what's up? What's going on for Libras? Okay. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Things are going to be good. All right. I feel like you guys are just kind of keeping things to yourself, or keeping things in a way that are, I just feel like you're not really interested in, usually Libras are very social. They're very, also typically Libras tend to be like a part of like a lot of things, like within the family. They're kind of the go-to person that kind of knows everything going on, or, that kind of thing. Typically Libras are that way. I feel like right now you're not that. I feel like you're Switzerland in a sense is what I'm saying, right? You're just sort of like not really getting involved with anything. There may be a person that you're somewhat interested in, but again, I feel like it's not like, oh my God, I just can't stop thinking about them. Like, it's not that kind of energy. So, if you are in that energy, like you've met somebody or you're in a relationship with someone that's like super, going through something very either fun or tumultuous or something, this is not your reading. So maybe just check, rising moon, Venus, something like that. To me, honestly, this looks like just sort of like life, day to day, nothing really to report. Okay. Here's the thing though. When I went over these cards, it may not feel that exciting to have that kind of reading, right? But the thing is, it's good. You're exactly where you need to be, is what I'm getting. It may not feel like that, or it may feel like nothing's really moving forward, or nothing's really propelling you forward, or, stuff like that. But in the background, I mean, you have these like 3 major arcana cards going on with the celebration card of the 3 of Cups. So I feel like some of you are possibly even moving toward marriage. Or if you're already married, then, there's something here, whatever it is that's like that you are desiring, whether it be to be single, or to meet someone, to get married, or to, have a different type of like really, really stable job, something like that. There's this excitement of networking, socializing, getting things, manifested that you're looking for, all that is still in the works, is what I'm saying. It's just right now, it's like sort of like, right, energy. All right. So, I mean, I can't really, spice it up for you. I mean, I could make up something and, spice it up for you, but there's nothing really showing up there. Okay. So let's see what's going on for Libra then. But behind the scenes, you got some really great energy going on. So that's good. Okay. What is going on for Libra, please? Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there you go. An improvement soon. Okay. Okay. If not now, when? But you do have an improvement soon. That is your card. And that's what I see. Absolutely. You also have, don't be afraid of your own mind. Start enjoying your mind. Utilize it for good. This is how to make friends with yourself. Like, don't be, what I meant by this when I wrote this card is, I think a lot of people like tend to like, oh, I can't meditate. There's too much in my head, or, or certain things like where people avoid like inner silence. They have the TV on 24/7, or they're scrolling YouTube 24/7, or TikTok, or, any of those, right? Or any type of social media. There's just sound always or something, because they're afraid to be within their own mind. So that's what I had in mind with this card. All right. Okay. All right. Now we are on to Scorpio. Okay. So Scorpio, we are on to. All right. What's going on for Scorpio, please? Scorpio friends, what's up? All right. Scorpio. What is the message for Scorpio? Okay. Oh. Oof. Okay. All right. All right. Awesome. Ooh. Hello. All right. So you may have some sort of, this is coming up though. It's not like right here yet, but I do feel like there's some activity for you if it's dating or something like that, in the dating realm for you soon. Okay. So let's see. Yeah. I feel like you've been left out in the cold with another situation. These are pretty, nothing I can say about these cards except crappy energy, just sort of, could be, like an argument or arguing or a fight, something like that. Abandonment issues going on, stubborn energy going on here, something like that. I do feel though there is someone who like keeps tabs on you in not in a I don't get creepy way. I feel like this King of Pentacles is someone who's solid, reliable, something like that. But I feel like they're not necessarily like coming forward quite yet. All right, that's what I'm getting, at least in this current energy. I do feel though in the near future you have Justice and Six of Wands. So Justice is like bringing something back into like a karmic balance in a positive way here, especially with the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is like confidence, moving forward, that sort of thing. So I do feel like there's, it may be this person, maybe this person just needs more like confidence or, something like that to move forward. All right. But I do see that in your near future outcome, okay, this is the near future here. This is the near future most likely outcome is the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups is like kind of having fun, socializing. It can be dating also. So, I mean, this could be work and career for you too, celebrating, maybe, it's sort of like maybe thought you were left out in the cold on a job or something like that. But it's like, no, maybe they were just, doing a little bit more, taking a little bit more time than usual or something along those lines. It does look like then something is in your favor here where it's like there's a good confidence and you'll be celebrating. So if it is work or career, then there's that. But I think it's love for most of you because of the following cards that I was showing. I'll show you in a second here. I have paint all over me. I just noticed that. I was painting and okay. Anyway. So dating ahead or celebratory energy ahead for you. Because you have the Two of Cups and the Two of Wands after this, like if I were to keep drawing the cards. So this is typically an energy of someone who, and they might be at a distance. Sometimes the Two of Wands can indicate like actual distance, but it does look like they are like moving towards a connection with you. So I feel like there's a connection in your near future. All right. It doesn't feel like it's really panning out right now, but yeah, it's like there's a plan in the near future. Something's being slowly but surely sort of going forward in your future. Okay. So let's see. And again, if it is work and career, that's what I see. It might just take some time or something like that for, to hear back. But it does look like by Libra season, I feel like you're going to be, A-okay. That's what I see. All right. So let's see what's going on and that's like right around the corner. So that's not very far away at all. What do we have for Scorpio, please? Okay. Laughter is your medicine right now. Okay. So what do we have? Success is not necessarily about achievement. It is more when you love and share what you do. And that's a beautiful card because let me tell you, I was about 2 seconds away from ending my YouTube channel the other day. But you know what? I love what I do. So there you go. You also have turn off your phone for a day and you will know yourself again. Turn off your phone for a day. Get to know yourself. Okay, and your love keeps lifting me higher. Right? That's a good song. Good song to sing right now. All right. All right. So, that's what we got. All right, Scorpio, we are on to Sagittarius energies now. What do we got for Sagittarius? I said your love. Okay, Sagittarius, please. Sagittarius friends, what is the message for our Sagittarians out there? All right, so possibly putting yourself out there with something, but not sure like what the response is yet. Okay, or maybe someone's contacted you. You're not sure. Like, I don't know, Could be a Pisces. Okay, let's see. What is going on? Maybe a Capricorn even. What do we have for Sagittarius, please? All right. Oh, definitely travel could be showing up for you soon. All right. Maybe. All right. It's like wanting to, but maybe not quite yet. Okay. So, yeah, I feel like someone wants to travel to see you or wants to like move forward or something like that. But then it's like, damn it, like there's something in the way. Maybe their job or work or money, something like that. That's what I'm getting. So, because like in the recent past, you have the Chariot card and the Wheel of Fortune. So it does look like, and then going into Six of Swords. So all these cards can indicate like moving to a new home or moving out, something like that, or someone coming to see you, travel energy here for this general reading. It's going to be different for all of you, but it's definitely an element of travel here. But then there's like this sort of halt, like, oh, damn, maybe not now. All right. So I do feel like in the near future, there could be a little bit more thinking, a little bit more planning that needs to happen before this can go forward is what I'm seeing. I do, the ultimate vibe of it though does feel positive. It doesn't feel like, oh, well, that dream is over, or anything like that. It feels positive, but it's like at a standstill is what I'm seeing like right now. Okay. Or at least current energy. Remember, I do these readings quite frequently, so it doesn't mean like a really long time or anything like that. So who knows, next week it might like be, all systems go kind of thing. So I do feel like something's halted right now. And it's a pretty specific reading, so I don't know if it's everybody's reading, out there. Maybe check your moon or rising if that's not, because it really does have a theme of, I don't think it's metaphoric travel. Like it feels like actual either moving or going somewhere or someone coming to see you kind of theme to it. And it just seems like it's stalled, possibly, like I said, because of money or somebody has to work or, something like that. So it might just be temporary before it's, back on track again. Okay, so what do we have for Sagittarius as far as messages, handmade cards here? What do we have for Sagittarius? Sagittarius. Yeah, we'll go for that one too. Okay. All right. What do we got? Okay, so you have the frequency number 426. And the things I wrote on here regarding that number are encouragement and support from your angels, and monetary and material needs will be met as you serve your soul mission. SOUL mission. Well, it could be either or, I guess. All right. So yeah, there's something like, I feel like it seemed like you were moving forward, maybe toward a relationship or toward a trip or toward, maybe it was just like getting a car, something like that. But then it was like, it's feeling stalled. There's something possibly that you're overthinking where I feel like the angels are like just encouraging you, to like, hey, that money will show up, when you really, start focusing more on your soul mission. Okay. And then you also have, it's a nice quote from St. Francis. A single sunbeam is enough to drive away many shadows. All right. A single sunbeam is enough to drive away many shadows. All right. So that's what I have for you. I love that one. What I have for you, Sagittarius. We're on to Capricorn. Capricorn we are. All right. All right. What is the message for Capricorn, please? Capricorn. Okay. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Hell no. All right. Okay. Moving forward. Okay. All right. Let's see. I mean, you got the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, Seven of Swords in this reading, so something's up. There's definitely some drama, arguing, something along those lines. Not trusting things or trying to tiptoe out of something, all right, is what I see going on here. Could have something to do with like a home or like a Queen of Pentacles, Four of Wands, maybe a marriage, or, you know, like if you're married or something, there could be like fighting or distrust around like, you know, financial things with the Five of Pentacles here. Five of Wands could absolutely indicate like drama or arguing or something along those lines. But you do have the Death card as your like overall outcome energy, which is typically like about like leaving that stuff, you know, behind and moving forward. Because the Death card is like the death rebirth card, right? So Pluto energy, Scorpio energy. So it's like, it's that energy of like leaving behind what no longer serves so that we can, you know, learn from that, grow from that, and then move forward, evolutionary, you know, wise, you know, in our lives, and rebuild in a stronger way, in a, you know, smarter way, you know, those types of things. So I do feel like there's definitely some argumentative energy here, some dramas, something along those lines. But it's like, I would say if you're the feminine energy with the Queen of Wands, I feel like you are not really, you know, participating in that. You're like looking to move forward, rebuild in your life, you know, put the past behind you, not participate in the drama and the this and the that, and just kind of, you know, pick up. And some of you may be like just picking up and leaving, you know, leaving a situation, something along those lines. I don't know if it's permanent, like if it's divorce or, you know, anything, or separation or anything like that. Could be for some of you, but it does look like you're tired of like the drama, the fighting, the untruths, you know, things like that that are going on. So you're looking to move forward now. Now, it doesn't have to be about a romantic relationship. It could be about like work or career, or, you know, something like that. Like maybe it's a real, you know, drama, you know, place that you work, or your boss is, you know, a real ass, or, you know, something like that. But it's like, either way, it feels like you are picking up, and this feminine energy, like picking up with, you know, more motivation and passion toward the future is what I'm seeing. Okay, so let's get your handmade card here for you, Capricorn. Capricorn. Oh, all right, you got two. Okay, what do we got? This was at the bottom of, I think it was Virgo, maybe, or I don't know, one of those, Leo, Virgo. Anyway, it says, learning who you are is the best gift ever. So stop trying to figure out and just be you. All right, so what I meant by this card, all right, is like, instead of like trying to figure out who we are by like taking tests or quizzes or reading this and that and about our personality types, or are we an INFJ, or are we you know, whatever, you know, all those things. It's like, instead of like trying to find out like who you are, just be who you are. All right, and love that and develop that. All right, that's what I had in mind with that. Ooh, I love this one. You are protected. All right, beautiful, Capricorn. We are on to Aquarius. We are. Okay. All right. Aquarius. Let's see what we got for you. Oops. Okay. Aquarius. All right. All right, Aquarius, let's see what the message is. We've got, all right, Page of Swords. Okay. Hanged Man. Okay. King of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. Chariot. Two of Swords. Okay. Seven of Cups. Yeah. Okay. Ten of Swords. Moon. Okay. So the Moon at the bottom of the deck. Seven of Cups, like for an outcome card, could just kind of indicate like a lot of like sort of confusion about something right now. Sometimes the moon is like kind of subconscious, like melancholia, you know, effing with us, you know, kind of energy. Seven of Cups can be like, both of these cards can be very what do I want to say, like ethereal in a way of like, shit, is that even real, you know, kind of stuff like coming up in our head. So, you know, don't get too lost in that. I feel like you guys are like debating whether or not like to, oh my god, to like end something. All right, because it's like the Four of Cups is like there's just not much interest or something is what I'm seeing. So I feel like you guys are like in that sort of like confusion energy of should I, shouldn't I, should I end this, should I, should, you know, that kind of deal. Recent past, Page of Swords, Hanged Man, Page of Swords. I feel like this is like Page of Swords is always my sort of like pesky sort of like when we're like annoyed or something like that type of energy. Whereas the Hanged Man is more, that's when we get into that stage of like really trying to see all perspectives of something, not just like what our like petulant child side of ourselves, you know, like that's any of us human beings typically go to this side first, you know, that our inner child that is you know, wanting this or wanting that or something like that. But then, you know, we start thinking about, and you know, this is suggesting like looking at things from everyone's point of view, you know, not just like that inner child that wants this or that or something, right? Because there's this like King of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. I feel like someone's like tightened purse strings or something like that, possibly, is what I'm getting, or they're holding back. Possibly financially in a situation, or their love even. It could be in its pentacles, but you know, it could even be love, you know, not opening the heart chakra, something like that. Especially something possibly about a car. It could be something about like, or a trip or something like that. So I do feel like that is showing like, I don't know, you know, trying to see maybe a different perspective of, okay, how can I make this happen? So in other words, like if it's a car, for instance, let's just use that as an example. I don't think that's the scenario for all of you. It could be a love situation or work situation, but it's sort of like that, you know, that part of us that, well, I want that car though, right? And it's like, well, okay, but maybe we need to see all the different perspectives. You know, maybe, you know, this one wants us to get a very responsible car, a safe car. You know, maybe you want like a, you know, fiery, you know, I don't know, sports car or something like that. But this is kind of saying, well, then look at all the different ways, you know, this could be, because there's something possibly that you're not seeing about a situation. So that could help you move forward in a positive way. So again, with the Seven of Cups, I feel like with this energy, it's probably better not to make a decision. Seven of Cups is usually when, again, like there's more options to, like there's too many options, or there's too much confusion around the options that are presenting themselves. And with the moon, we can make emotional choices then, which, you know, not always are best. Sometimes emotional choices can be okay, you know, but it's like this is kind of suggesting probably not. You know, it's better to wait until you can kind of get the whole kind of 360 view of something before making a decision. So I would say for those of you, if you are car shopping or something like that, like don't choose emotionally, you know, and at this time, it's like just take your time. It doesn't mean you have to choose like the practical dorky thing either or something like that, but it's just like take your time. You know, don't let the emotions rule over things at this time. That's what I see. And that would be the same advice, like if it's a romantic relationship, or, you know, or if it's about a job, or, you know, if you're thinking, well, I'm going to leave my job or something, it's like, you know, give this a little time to play out. You might be under heavy eclipse energy from the last one or something like that. So probably better not to make any big choices, you know, forward right now. Okay, so let's see. What do we have for Aquarius, please, with the handmade cards? Aquarius. All right. What is their message, please? Oh, I like that one. Okay, that is good. Okay. So you have laughter is your medicine. Laughter. All right. And, oh, right now, it says, laughter is your medicine right now. All right. So that is like your best medicine right now. And, this is a great card. All right. So we have all one. So you have the number 1 actually as your frequency number. And I wrote the word all up here, you know, like that would be the perfect example of what I was talking about, of being able to see the other side of things, other perspectives. You know, if we're just seeing our perspective about something, then we don't really learn and grow from things in that way. It's when, you know, it's difficult, but it's when we put ourselves in someone else's shoes and we start seeing what things might look like from their shoes, then it's like we can, you know, you're Aquarius, you're good at that, right? So it's like, or should be good at that, you know, that humanitarian energy of being able to step into someone else's shoes and see, you know, what, how we all are connected. Because the more that we want to war with things or, you know, this type of stuff, it's, you know, then we're basically saying that's okay for the whole world, right? So, and it starts with ourselves. So anyway, we have new beginnings, tenacity, unique, creative are some keywords of this card, and achievement. All right. So that is the number I got there. All right, so we are on to Pisces now. Laughter is your medicine. Okay. Pisces. Okay, Pisces. Let's see what is up with Pisces, please. Pisces. Pisces. Okay, what do our Pisces friends need to know? Pisces, yeah, you may need to like kick some kind of devil energy out of your head right now, as far as like bad habits, bad thinking, you know, that kind of stuff. Could be a relationship that's not healthy for you personally, something like that. Okay, let's see what's going on with Pisces. Okay. Yeah, thinking about walking away, thinking about separating this energy, but it's like difficult to walk away. All right. Yeah, have that revelation. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah, I do. I feel like with these cards, you have the 7 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups in the recent past. So there's definitely like been some thinking going on here about like how to leave a situation or how to emotionally detach from a situation. How can I leave that behind, you know, and move forward? Some of you may even want to like move, or just like, or some of you possibly even reconnect with someone, maybe even move closer to like a child or something like that. I'm getting as well. Maybe start a new job, new career, new relationship, you know, just, I don't know. There's definitely like some heavy thinking here of, okay, what's up? What do I need to do here? How do I, you know, emotionally detach myself from whatever has been going on so that I can move forward? All right. So in the current energy, I do think that there is a good chance that you could have a positive revelation here in some sort. So the 8 of Swords indicates like there's a lot of like trapped energy there going on. Maybe not believing in yourself or enough, or maybe feeling like, oh, God, you know, do I really want to shake things up in my life and make this change, or, you know, stuff like that. So in the past, I feel there hasn't been enough like inner faith or confidence to make big radical changes. I'm not saying like, I don't feel like you guys have just been like some little, you know, meek mouse or anything like that, but it just feels like there is something though that has been holding you back. And I feel like you're going to say, you know what, no more, you know, kind of thing. I do feel like you may have someone that's interested in you coming toward you as well, with this King of Wands, because they the way I'm looking at it on the board, they're looking straight at you, you know, so there's that. But for most of you though, I feel like it's more of a like empowerment journey for yourself. Like I think you're having the revelation. So that makes sense. That's sometimes then once we have that revelation, of like realizing, hey, I do need to emotionally detach from something, gain this confidence and move forward, then it's like that's when things start happening. Or, you know, then you get noticed by somebody, you know, if it's romantic or a job or, you know, something like that. So I do feel like there's some energy here that could really make you happy, that's showing up in your current energy, like current near future energy. It starts, you know, small here, but it could end up being something that is, you know, life-changing possibly for some of you. You know, I don't want to go super bold in a, you know, kind of current energy reading, but it could be, you know, I mean, it certainly looks like they have intentions of something that is more beautiful, you know, toward you. So it could be a relationship. If it's not like that, then it could absolutely be something about, again, like something about moving or visiting, or, you know, something with like family members of some sort, or starting some sort of family business. Also, it could be something that makes you very happy. There's some kind of like light bulb moment here that is like Source is trying to reach you with this light bulb moment. So be open to all kinds of signs or things that you might think of, or ideas that you might get, you know, I would say over the next like couple weeks or so. Okay. All right. So let's see. Let's get what your handmade card here and see what is up. Okay. So what do we have for Pisces? Pisces, please. Okay. Yeah, emotional release and care of self is what I think it says. I'll look at it in a moment here, but that's what it looks like. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, emotional release. Exactly. Healing, forgiving, and care of self. That is on your menu. All right. There you go. That is on the menu. We also have, oh yeah, definitely, because you have pressurized, and then it says keep your cool. Okay, so it's like if anybody's pushing your buttons or, you know, anything like that, especially with this tower, it's like keep your cool. All right, because it's like you have a lot of happiness ahead. So it's keep yourself emotionally calm, caring. Do forgiving and healing, whatever needs to be done, but keep your cool. All right. You also have frequency number 522. Major life changes. Sorry. Hold faith. It will be good. You have soul mission and trust. All right. Beautiful. That's a great card to end this reading on. Thank you so much. I will see you guys soon. All right. Bye.